Right here in this box is a full shipment of all the items we should essentially need to make a custom dashboard in the Bass Cat. Okay, so I bought a bunch of stuff for the dashboard. I'm gonna show you that here in a second, but really quickly, I wanna talk about the dashboard. First off, shout out to you guys for leaving me comments. There was a lot of great suggestions in the comment section, and I took all that information and it essentially led me to buying what I ended up buying for the boat. So shout out to everybody who leaves comments. It's you guys that helps me put this boat back together. Now, let me tell you guys, I spent way more money than I planned on. I didn't think that I was gonna dump this much into the dashboard, but the more I looked into gauges and things like that, they're just expensive and I don't know why. So please tell me in the comment section why a tachometer is like $100. There's probably a reason. I don't know. I was hoping I could buy one for like 20 bucks, I'll be honest with you guys, but that just wasn't the case. So the number one thing that we were talking about was that giant hole in the dashboard, that 4x8 section where the OEM gauges were. I wanted to completely eliminate that and try to make something cool out of it. So what I ended up doing was searching for a ton of different products to try and make this work, and I think we got it done. So we're gonna jump right into it. I stayed with the original rocker panel, but what I did here was I got red. My goal is to have red lights all over this boat. So we have a red rocker panel with the electricity gauge or the power gauge, whatever you want to call that, the battery voltage. And then we have a cigarette lighter and a USB port. We're sticking with that original panel. This one in particular has kind of a weird like texture to it. I don't know if I love that, but we're gonna roll with it for now. Right above it, we are going to install a Lowrance Hook 2. Now, the reason that I went with the Lowrance Hook 2 straight up was because it was the smallest optional graph that fit the dimensions of the hole that I have in the dashboard. So what we're gonna try and do here is we're gonna pair these up together just like I talked about, whoop bam, and hopefully we're gonna have ourselves a cool dash setup on that side. So I'm really hoping that works, but I don't know. We're gonna find out at some point in this video. And then there was that little section next to it where the key originally was, where there was, I think, a fuel gauge and things like that as well. So what I'm gonna do with that area, I believe, is not put any rocker panels there and just put gauges. Then along with that, I bought another rocker panel to put underneath the shift and throttle. I have an empty space there that's just a random hole, and I figured I could patch it with fiberglass, but I think it would be way cooler to just have a bunch of switches for accessories, and this accessory panel also has USB ports. Then also in the order, we bought 100 foot of wire to wire everything up. We bought a complete fuse box so that we can, get everything nice and neat. I don't know anything about electrical. I'll be honest with you guys. This is gonna be a learning curve for me in general. So I bought this one on Amazon. It had good reviews for using it in boats and stuff like that. So boom, you guys will see that you connect all your wires to it. It'll have a fuse. I bought a bunch of red LED lights. This is something that I'm leaking to you guys now. These are interior lights. So, lights that are gonna go in the bow, they're gonna go in the back of the boat. They're gonna go probably somewhere along the floor, maybe the rod lockers, I'm not really sure. So we got those because I just wanted them. And then last but not least, we got ourselves battery holders for the rear of the boat. I need a way to secure the batteries when I'm whipping around, so we got those as well. Ow, dang gummit. You guys, when I film these videos in the garage, I hit my head on this thing all the time. So here we go. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we put this guy in right here, and it just so happens to leave the perfect amount of space for this guy right here. So I think we'll do that down below. And then for this panel, I'm going to cut and fit it into here. So it'll be directly kind of in this section. As you guys see here, there's already gauges. So I figured if I were to be able to take this out, I could just transfer this right back in here. So we're gonna kind of keep the same concept. This was originally a keyhole. We're gonna eliminate that because we have a key right here now. And I don't know what to do up here yet. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for eliminating that old RPM gauge, because I don't think it works. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to use these boards to cut templates out. So by the end of the video, you guys will have almost 100% of an idea of what this is going to look like. This looks like crap. I want to take it off and get that painted so that when we put it back on, everything looks uniform, everything's the same color. It's gonna look really nice. So today we're specifically designing the dashboard, and I want your guys' opinions. I like to do things in small steps because I feel like if I start here and show you guys what I'm thinking, some of you might have a better way to do it, or you might suggest something to change so that when I go to do the final, we can actually get what we want. I know it's my boat, guys, but like, I'm building it with you. So I want you guys to have some touches in this. It's you guys who make this possible. It really means a lot. So just know that I try to implement you guys in this just as much as my own things, because it's you guys who make this possible. But enough blibber blabber. I know you guys want to see me get working on the dashboard, so let's get the steering wheel off and get the rest of the old dashboard taken apart. Well, folks, I wasn't recording for this part, but if you can see here, I currently took the steering wheel off and kind of destroyed it. Although it's not in good shape to begin with, it is a Momo and I'm trying to keep it alive. So long story short, I was taking the steering wheel off. It had a bunch of stripped screws, of course. So now I'm gonna try and get these out without destroying the threads, but I might be SOL. I'm definitely gonna be able to get 2 of them out, but I don't know about all 3 because I drilled a little too far on the other one. Okay, the dashboard is officially out. So now what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna work with this as a template. I'm gonna try and form fit everything that I want in there to that front casing. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut essentially poster board to see if everything fits in there nice and snug. So that way when I'm ready to put the actual PVC in there, I can just take the template I made from the poster board, trace it up, cut it out, and be good to go. Okay, so down here I have my dashboard, and this is just like, I think it's canvas paneling, to be honest with you guys. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try and cut out this square to this board right here. Honestly, guys, I might just leave these the same because they're already pre-cut for gauges, so should I just leave them there? I mean, why fix what ain't broken, right? But I don't know, you guys might think I need to move the gauges, so let me know what your thoughts are on that. All right, so the lighting's not the best here, but now that we got that figured out, we gotta get the fish finder cut out, and then we gotta make a spot for this guy right here. Essentially, by the end of this, you guys will be able to see what it's going to look like in retrospect. Like, I'm trying to see if I like the way this looks before I actually go ahead and do it, because if I hate it, or some of the comments you guys made about being able to see the graph and stuff, if that all goes then I'm gonna change it. So I'm really hoping this works out the way I'm planning it. I think it should. I don't see why it wouldn't. So now we're gonna cut out some spots for the graph and the panel. I gotta elevate this thing now. Wow. Your boy might have done it. Your boy might have done it, folks. I think we need to trim up the top a little bit, but it fits. All right, not the sturdiest thing ever, but it's getting me the shape and it's giving me the look. So we have that panel down here, which pretty much covers the whole area. And then we have our little slot for our fish finder. This top piece needs to be trimmed just a little bit more to drop that in there, but that's essentially what we were going for. So we're gonna trim this up just a little bit and then we're gonna put it in the boat. All right. Fit that back on. Oh, the people are probably cringing at this one here today. This is not my prettiest work, but again, it's just a concept. I already got the new fish finder all goobed up. Okay, well, it doesn't exactly sit in there straight because my holes aren't, oh, never mind. Ooh, I don't know, folks. It actually worked really good. I outdid myself with this one. Everybody in the comments just over here like, man, I can think of 100 better ways to do that than the way he did it, but you know what, hey, I'm just doing me, you know? You feel it? So, all right, let's throw the steering wheel back on and I'll show you guys what we're doing. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I like it. I think it looks good. Check it out. So this is essentially what I'd be going with. I'd have a graph right here. I can go through all my stuff, do everything that I need to do. And if I need to turn on a live well or some cab lights or something, boom. It would essentially just fit just like that. What do you guys think? I personally don't think that the steering wheel is gonna get in my way of seeing any really information on the graph for that matter. Because you gotta think about it, you're not gonna be sitting below it. You're gonna be sitting up on this bench seat. So let's say I'm sitting at seat height. You lose the corner right here a little bit, but like, it looks pretty good. I mean, just to see the depth and maybe mark some weed lines and stuff like that if you wanted to. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not using this graph to graph fish out or anything like that, let alone this Lowrance. This is a Strike 2, I believe. It was literally the only option that would fit my dashboard, and it's cheap as dirt. It doesn't really have like GPS or anything like that built into it. And the reason that I bought a graph that didn't have those features was because I plan on getting a better graph system. I would like to get like Garmin Live Scope, just something that's a legitimate good graph. I'm talking a 9-inch screen. So what we'll end up doing here is maybe right above it or right over here, we'll put a full size graph as well as one in the front. So, you know, bear with me. I'm not using this little screen in the dash for all of my fishing wonders. So that's kind of what I am thinking I'm gonna do with that. I think that looks really good. I'm cool with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And then we're back to the other side of the dashboard. What do you guys think I should do with the upper half? So you could see the holes over here already, but then you got this random hole up here. Should I just be like goofy with it and put like a compass up here or something? I don't know. But these, I think they should stay the gauges. What do you guys think? Maybe RPMs, gas gauge, pressure, and then tilt trim maybe. So what I need from you guys is, should we move forward with this dash? I wanted to show you guys my thoughts. I wanted to give you a visual of what we were talking about in the last video. And those of you who are asking about the windshield, yes, I do have the windshield. It's somewhere over there in the garage. I will be putting that back on at some point in time. But stay tuned for next video. It's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna be putting the dash completely together, and I got custom seats from Amazon. So we're gonna be building essentially our own custom seat setup. It wasn't cheap, but it was cheaper than buying the OEM seats, and I think you guys are gonna like it. I'm really excited. The seats are gonna be here on Thursday as of right now. That's what Amazon is saying. So hopefully I can get you guys a video by next week with new seats, new dashboard, maybe a gas tank, the batteries hooked up. I'm talking to some companies about some potential batteries for the boat, so I'm super excited to bring some cool stuff with y'all. And as soon as all this stuff is done, we're going on the maiden voyage. We're gonna be ripping some lips, catching some fish, and really seeing if that engine back there runs. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.